It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat.
You know what I want?
Blaze up.
Come on, blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wow, 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. For your boy. Hustle for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your, lift it up.
Good morning. How y'all doing? Happy, what this is, Thursday. Happy Thursday. Good morning. What's up with everybody? Y'all get in here and like the video. Get in here and like the video. We got a few things to discuss, child. But before we get to it, I forgot yesterday, Meek, my apologies, Meek with the brown eyes, my sweetheart. I forgot to wish you happy birthday yesterday. So we're going to start the show off with wishing Meek a happy birthday. And also anybody else who may be celebrating a birthday today. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Meek, Meek, I hope you have a wonderful, explicit day and week and weekend and month for that matter. And I appreciate you so much. So y'all drop the cakes in the chat. Let's get the birthday going. I forgot to do this yesterday. And once again, my apologies. I swear I didn't even realize it till I got off. But anyways, happy birthday, Meek. Put the cakes in the chat. Love you down to the ground. Happy birthday, Fat.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Meek, and anybody else celebrating a birthday, you guys. You guys are nothing short of amazing. Thank you so much for everything that you're doing. I hope you have a wonderful day. Now, you guys, get the likes up on the video, please. Get the likes up on the video. Child, we got some things to discuss. All right, Dog's Hour, thank you for the super chat. Good morning, beautiful. Please go look into the Chicago City Council meeting with Brandon Johnson. One of the residents talks about her case for stolen land. What? I need to look into that. Hold on. Let me get my other phone. Hold on, girl. Residents, the lady talking about stolen land, like a house or land? What we talking about? Hold on, let me see. Chicago. I'm gonna look this up. I'm gonna definitely look this up. Matter of fact, let me just make a note because I ain't got time. I'm gonna make a note because I can't do it while I'm on live right now, but I'm definitely gonna look into it, and you know we're gonna be talking about it. We definitely gonna discuss it. But shout out to everybody who's gonna fight for their land because this land belongs to us. That's why it always baffles me when I see other people talk about, oh, we need to protect our land, and I'm saying ours. If only my people knew who they were, bro. If only my people knew who they were. If only you would feel just as offended as I. Hold on, Chicago City Council, and I'm gonna put land. Yeah, if only we knew, man, we feel the same way. Y'all get in here like the video. Shout out to everybody in the building. We got 293 people in the building and not enough likes. Please let's get the likes up. And you know what? I like this abundance and clarity. She says, Chicago, y'all need to get rid of Brandon Johnson. Let me tell y'all something. At this point, correct me if I'm wrong, and if I'm wrong, drop the city down in the doggone comments. Because if I don't know this to be a fact, but I'm telling y'all now, at this point, The black people who are put in leadership positions are not your friend. They are not there for you. They are there for identity politics to get you riled up and screw you on the back end. Okay. So with that being said, in my opinion, I think we need to get rid of all these so-called black mayors around here, and people that act like they for us, or we need to disassociate ourselves from them, because these are the people that they're putting in these places to make it seem like it's kind of like the spoof by the door, to make it seem like, hey, these things are attainable and things of that nature, when the facts are those people are compromised. Now, again, I could be wrong. I just have not heard, since these black mayors started coming around, I have not heard one city where the people saying, we like our black mayor. Our black mayor actually doing a good job. I haven't heard one. But again, I could be wrong. So if you have a mayor in your city that's actually doing good by the people, that actually do for the city, and doing right by y'all, please put it in the chat, because I would love to know, because I don't want to just always be negative. Okay. But yeah, these people are compromised. These people are extremely compromised. Never forget that. Never forget that. It's Bree to you. Thank you for being a member for 7 months. She says, thank you for opening our eyes. Oh, you're welcome, Bree. Thank you, beautiful. You know, I'm opening my eyes daily as well, child. We opening them up together. Richie China, thank you for the super chat. It's my Native American, aka Mongolian girlfriend's birthday today. What is Native American in Mongolian? Oh, gotcha. Happy birthday to your Native American Mongolian girlfriend. Happy birthday, Fat. Thank you for the super chat, Richie China. Thank you. Talise, thank you for the super chat. Vu, Jessica Jackson, and Zoe talk about Chicago stealing their people land for illegals. All right, we're gonna discuss it. We're gonna get into it. I gotta look into wait, is that the older black lady who be in there cussing them people out? I think I know who y'all talking about, because I know she was talking about fighting for her house, but I think I know who y'all talking about. Coco asked me, do I heard about Malcolm X family suing the feds? Yes. And let me tell you my thing on that. Malcolm X's family, along with that thumbtacked head dude, what's his name? He don't even look like he from Acorn. Benjamin Crump is suing the feds, but they need to sue the Nation of Islam and the feds. That's who they need to sue. See, they left somebody out. You get it? They need to be suing the Nation of Islam and the feds. And every time I see Benjamin Crump standing next to any doggone people, any of my people, it grinds my gears, because there's something very iffy about this dude. There's something very iffy about this dude, like not something extremely disingenuous about this dude. But they forgot a group of people. They need to be suing the feds and the Nation of Islam. Feel how you want to feel. But Malcolm X said out of his own mouth, when they said, who is trying to unalive you? He said, I know who it is. He said, it's the minister. No, the honorable. Did he call him honorable? But either way, he said it's the dude Muhammad. He said Elijah Muhammad in the Nation of Islam. He said it. Okay. So I don't want nobody to get on here and try to drag me down to the ground like, oh, but I practice every day, and that's not right. Well, go dig up Malcolm and tell him that, because that's what he said. I didn't say it. Okay, go down to the grave, find Malcolm, channel him up, and go ask him why he said that. Okay. And that's just that on that. Love is stronger than that. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you so much. But yeah, I don't like that. I don't too particularly like that. They forgot somebody. Sue the feds and the nation. Okay. Now, y'all get in here and like the video, like the video, like the video. Thank you, Whitney B, for the super chat. Boo, please check your DM from Balance Wellness and Bodywork. Also, what is the festival called in your intro? What is the festival called? I don't have a festival. Oh, you talking about with the Africans? Or with me? Because with New Orleans, because New Orleans, there wasn't no festival. That was just people dancing. But what DM, because I haven't been checking DMs, but I will go back and check them. Thank you for reminding me. And as far as the African colony that's doing it, I forget the name of the dance, but it's a tribe in Africa who claim that this is the hardest dance anybody can do, and only certain people who are gifted can learn how to do this dance, and da 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 da. Well, after research, I found that not only is it not hard to do because we doing it over here in New Orleans, I asked myself the question. I said, well, hold on. New Orleans ain't never been to that part of Africa. So how is it that New Orleans is doing the same dance that they doing? So I researched and come to find out a young girl from their tribe, or whatever you want to call it. She visited New Orleans in the late 1950s and came back with the dance. Now take that information and do with it as you please. But you know, yeah. So take that information and do with it as you please. That's what the research showed me. Okay, so that's how I go. But now I don't know, I don't know what's going on. But it can't be that difficult if the people in New Orleans is doing it and doing it better. Okay, now let's get into the show, y'all. We got a lot to discuss. Okay. No, girl, that ain't no Mardi Gras Indians. Girl, no, ma'am. Oh no, they costumes couldn't stand next to a Mardi Gras Indian. Like, not even on a bad day, or worse. I'm talking about an old, and they costume wouldn't stand next to a Mardi Gras Indian costume from the 70s. Oh no, ma'am. No. Oh no. The detail in the Mardi Gras Indian costume, girl, them people couldn't even fathom that type of talent. You feel me? Their fingers don't even move like that. I'm telling you, girl, it's a different type of tease. But let's get into the show, you guys. So look, today we're gonna be discussing Diddy's Puffy camp details. So shout out to the Lionel B show. I watched the Lionel B show yesterday, and y'all remember that Jane Doe girl who allegedly they said that she was underage, and I'm gonna find her picture. I'm gonna show y'all. So she detailed her experience, and she named a lot of people at the Diddy camp, at the Puffy Flavor camp. And in that, listen, she named celebrities such as SZA, Kris Jenner, J-Lo, Bill Cosby. She named a whole plethora, and she said everybody, not some of the people. She said everybody running around here doing interviews about it were involved. We gonna discuss it. Okay. We also going to talk about trafficking at the border. That's been a thing, and that actually ties into the Diddy thing, because she spoke about how she was locked away in cages with brown children who didn't speak no English. Trigger warning. But we're going to talk about that as well. China done put up some drones, a swarm of drones, girl, in the air. Girl had me terrified. We going to war. Let's talk about that. Also, T.I., every time anybody ever said King have a problem and King this and King that, I always told y'all children are a reflection of their parents. T.I. tries to go off on the security guard because he didn't want to let him in a club or in a restaurant because he didn't have his ID. And he literally acted like King. And King is what, 19, 20? You expect that from a younger man. But Tip is just, he's an old ignorant plant, if you ask me. But we'll get into it. And then Ellen DeGeneres up and left because Trump won the election. Good riddance. But it's making us take a look into Ellen, girl. So what happened with your ex-wife that was allegedly unalived? We'll get into it. Y'all get the likes up on the video. Before we start, I want to start here first. Let me tell y'all right now, if you have any children, or if you yourself want to go to college and you are not going to college to be a doctor, a lawyer, or anything that requires that, first of all, you can almost guarantee employment and require a degree, things like that, please do not spend your money in doggone college. Portia died. Girl, what? Girl, y'all saying anything. Oh, you said Portia. I said you talking about her wife currently. No, the ex-wife. My bad. God, I thought you talking about Portia Williams. I said, girl, what? So look, peep, if you're not going to college, listen. If you're not going to college for something that requires technical college training, such as a doctor, lawyer, things of that nature, do not waste your money. College is a joke. And plus, they're giving away honorary doctorate degrees to everybody and they more anyway. So save your money, fat. We need to get back into trades. Now, let me tell you what's going on. So, y'all know how I feel about Dr. Wendy. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Dr. Wendy was named as the distinguished professor at Wesleyan University. She's going to be teaching the sociology of reality TV. If this doesn't tell you, hear me out. If this doesn't tell you that college is a joke and a money grab, I do not know what to tell you. Now, they ease this type of crap on us because remember at first they were studying Tupac and his lyrics, and I got that because Tupac, how in debt he was with the things that he said and the subjects that he spoke about, he was like an activist on wax, really is what he was. So I get that. But now we've gone to Kim Kardashian's business classes, and now Dr. Wendy Osefo teaching a class on the sociology of reality TV. Now, this is why I have many problems with that. Number one, the class is a joke. What degree do you have to need that class? Let's start there. Secondly, this is the biggest issue of all the reality TV girls. Listen, of all the reality TV girls in America, they went got the Nigerian Wendy Osefo, who's only been on reality TV for the last 5 years. She don't even have the experience longevity wise to even be the expert to teach on the sociology of reality TV. Now, a lot of people are like, what does that even mean, sociology? So sociology is the study of people. If anybody want to know, I have a psychology degree. And so I understand sociology because you got to take that as well. Sociology is the study of people, meaning what we do, how we act, how the environment and other things of that nature dictate our actions. That's literally all sociology is. If they're doing a class on the sociology of reality TV, I guess if they're taking it from the angle of the reality TV stars or maybe the people who watch it, I'm not sure. But if they take it from the angle of the reality TV stars, then I guess they're going to talk about like basically how the environment and things of that nature of reality TV dictate the actions on screen. Or maybe if they're talking about the people, they can go from an angle of, well, reality TV has basically made people think, or, a lot of people think stupidly. Like they believe that what they seeing on Love and Hip Hop is real. And real and reality, I've told y'all before, can sometimes be parallel, but a lot of times they're not the same. Meaning, for instance, I'll give you an example. Lil Scrappy really did have a baby or get a girl pregnant in real life, but it's on the reality TV show, Love and Hip Hop. The thing is, reality dictates it has a bit of real, but we're going to tweak it for entertainment purposes only. Okay? So that's what I mean when I'm saying that. So I don't know what angle she's taking this or what this course is even supposed to be about. As it pertains to sociology, she probably should have to have some sort of sociology degree. I don't know. She got 4 degrees. Hopefully one of them in some type of sociology or psychology. But ultimately, I feel like this is a waste of time and money. And it is slowly but surely showing you college is a joke. Most of us, me included, who have college degrees, I have 2, literally don't work in our field. And the ones who do work in the field don't make enough money to even pay back the loans. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. But do as you want. I'm not telling nobody not to go to college. If you want to go to college, girl, go get your degree, fat. I'm just saying, in real life, and I'm talking about after you graduate and you put that test on the other side and you walk out to the real world, it's all a joke. So take that information and do with that as you please. Let's move on. Y'all get the likes up on the video now. Get the likes up. Now let's get to Ellen DeGeneres. Wait, do I want to do her first? Next, hold on. We might as well. She on here. Ellen DeGeneres. So y'all know Ellen DeGeneres, the dagger, from New Orleans, allegedly. See, a lot of people be saying they from New Orleans, girl, and I be sitting over there looking crazy, like what? The dagger from New Orleans has been famous for a little while. You know what? Let me hold her, cause I want to get Tip up here. Let me hold her down, cause I need to get Tip up here. Y'all get the likes up on the video, cause I can't. Hold on. Y'all get the likes up on the video. I need to get Tip on here. I don't want to do her first. I'm gonna come back to her because I like to do the show in like the way, you know, it gotta flow a certain way. So look, T.I. goes out to a restaurant. The restaurant, I think it's a restaurant slash bar in Dallas or something, and it requires you have ID. Well, T.I. feels like I am Tippy Tip, and I shouldn't have to provide ID. And T.I. commenced to acting like a child. And again, I keep telling y'all, if y'all ever wonder where these people get this stuff from, please see their daddies and their parents and things of that nature. Okay, so let's get into Tip, his interaction. He decides to start roasting the man, saying he have on no name shoes, all type of crap. Let's get into it.
There's a sucker right here at the front. This sucker talking about I need some ID to get in somewhere. Huh? Don't worry about it. This sucker right here talking about I need some ID to get in somewhere. Any nigga with shoes like that ain't gonna keep me out of nowhere, man. Any nigga peppermint patty shoes. This man got on the goddamn Walmart Versace shirt, boy, with them goddamn Ross pants. And yeah, boy, what your nipple hard for, man? Why your nipple hard for, man? That boy got them thick ass. Look at that boy ankle poking out the side of them peppermint patty shoes. But what is that, velvet? Hell no. Huh? Yeah. Appreciate you too, buddy. We on him right now, though. But look at the ugly boy. Who gave you them goddamn shoes, boy? Your grandma put them birthday card was for $5-6, didn't it?
You know, the fact that T.I. even thought that he ate in that position is weird. I'm 41. T.I. gotta be at least 45. At least. And T.I. around here acting like a child. You can't make this up. You literally cannot make this up. So you want to roast a man because why? You can't get in the club and you don't have ID? Listen, the man was doing his job as he should. His job is to make sure that anybody coming into this club has identification. Tip feels like his face is his identification, and now you want to roast the man's shoes. First of all, that gives me very elitist, very, you know, I don't like that. Number one. Number two, you too old for that. Number three, you're not even funny. That's why your comedy career didn't go nowhere. And number four, man, let me say this. Rappers like Tip and them, they know where to go and do that. Tip would have never played with a nigga in New Orleans like that. I'm just telling you now. Tip would have never played with a nigga in New Orleans like that. Because in New Orleans, we so used to celebrities coming up and through there. Girls, the nigga would have bat the piss out Tip. I'm just saying. Nigga would have bat the piss out Tip. He would have had to have, I'm talking about hella security. And if he had 2 minutes security, the way them niggas is emotionally charged, they'd have spit the block back and went the busting. I'm telling you. They know who to do that stuff with. It's childish, it's immature, and it's disgusting. And we see why his child act the way that he act. I keep telling y'all, having two parents in the household don't necessarily mean you're going to have a good outcome. Because if one of those or both of those parents are flawed, then guess what, Duck Goose? The child's going to come out what, boys and girls? Flawed. Okay? So, yeah, it is what it is. Tip is a dummy. I don't like that nigga. I don't like the nigga. Say what I said. Oh yeah, I saw that Gina, that food vlogger who gave them a bad review. He went to Candy and restaurant too. Let me tell y'all something. First of all, no shade. Shout out to Atlanta. But the people in Atlanta can't cook. If you want good food from the city, from the state of Georgia, you got to go to the back roads, to the country. The people, hey, psst, 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 psst. Hello, is anybody home? The people in Atlanta can't cook. So add that on top of a celebrity who know nothing about running a restaurant, right? And then they going to get people to cook their food because they think that this what the people want. And they be charging you to park. They be charging you to get it. Girl, please. Sorry, not sorry. The people in the city of Atlanta can't cook. Now, if you one of the small ones or one of the minute fews, my bad. I ain't talking about you, fat. But the people in the city of the ATL cannot cook. Public service announcement, okay? I'm just saying. If you want good food, you can find some, but you got to look hard. I'm telling you now. You got to look hard. You got to look real hard. If you want some good food, go outside of the city of Atlanta. I'm telling you. You can probably find some, but it's so many restaurants, Lord, it's so many restaurants, you be hell pressed to know which one to go look to. You know what I mean? Thank you, Armand, for the super chat. Thank you for getting me through my conference time. Thank you. No problem. That's what this is about. Getting everybody, Joce and everybody through the day. You know what I'm saying? Joce and everybody through the day. Shout out. But anyway, I said it. I've been out here since 2016. Girl, them people can't cook. Now, if you go to older people who've been there before the hype of Atlanta became what it was, then yes. You might can find some good cooking down there. But I'm talking about like the restaurants, girl, bye. Girl, bye. Love you too. Messy sweet spot Gigi. I love you, boo. Love you. Talise, thank you for the super chat. Prince Lil Sis tried to go in Paisley Park a few years ago and they asked her for a ticket. People be serious about their jobs, period. Absolutely. Absolutely. And people need to respect that. That's just that you pay somebody to do a job, you want them to do a job. Because what if that was a real good impersonator? And they went in there and popped the whole thing up? Hell no. Now, Sade, you tried it. I give you barbecue because we don't do a lot of that. But soul food, there it goes. See what I'm saying? People get to talking crazy. People get to acting crazy, girl. Shout out to Sade, girl. Shout out to the Carolinas, girl. Y'all might have some barbecue, and the people in Memphis might want a windmill on you for that. But soul food, girl, y'all can cook though. Y'all can cook. But you know, give a nigga an inch. They go to jumping over barrels and things of that nature. You know what I mean? Like, shout out to South Carolina, though. Y'all could cook. Y'all could cook. Y'all could definitely cook. But the best, let's move on. Let's move on. Hey, that barbecue got them people windmilling. I'm telling you. Look, the barbecue. Hey, you mentioned barbecue. They got them people windmilling in the comments. I'm telling you. Y'all don't be playing about that barbecue sauce, huh? Y'all don't be playing about that barbecue sauce, girl. Girl, y'all is a mess, girl. They windmilling in the comments already. As soon as you say barbecue, I done heard Kentucky. I done heard Memphis. I done heard Texas. I done heard, well, Houston and Dallas. I heard them. I done heard, as far as barbecue, Tennessee, really the state, you know, stuff like that. That's when I think of barbecue. I think of places like that. But yeah, shout out to y'all, man. You know, a barbecue in New Orleans just mean putting food on the grill. So when nigga be like, oh, we doing a barbecue, you may not find no sauce. Yeah. See, when in New Orleans, when somebody said we having a barbecue, it may be everything except barbecue sauce. So barbecue don't hit like that for us because we don't care about it. We don't care. To be completely honest, we really don't care about no barbecue in New Orleans. That's just, you know, that's just that on that, you know. But anyways, yeah, girl, they windmilling on that barbecue, girl. Be careful, be safe. Be safe, fat. Be safe. They windmilling. But I ain't gonna lie, the South Carolina people can't cook. This dude I used to mess with took me out there by his mama. And they had made some good food. The only thing throwing me off, and the shout out to the people in the chat, I gotta say this part. I'm from a place where seafood is plentiful. When y'all go to putting that fake crab meat in y'all food, girl, I be want to flip the whole table over. Do you hear me? Stop putting that fake crab meat. You know what I'm talking about? That crab meat that look pink and white, look like they drew it. Girl, that is the worst. Stop putting that in y'all food, please, if you can, for me. If this year, do me a favor, please don't put that crab meat in y'all food if you can. They sell the regular lump crab meat. It's in there. I promise you. Just gotta look. Abundance. That imitation crab. Oh, girl, that's the worst thing ever happened to the life, girl. That's the worst thing that ever happened to the world, Craig. Not the city, bitch. Not the country, the world. That imitation crab meat make you want, I'm telling you, girl, it make you want not only flip the table, it make you want to start swinging on somebody. Girl, that's the worst thing that ever happened. Please stop using it. Please, 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 please. If y'all can, do us all a favor this year for Christmas and Thanksgiving. If you look to the left or the right of the imitation crab meat in a little jar, it's called lump crab meat. It's expensive now, about $20 for a little jar, but don't worry about it. It's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be worth it. Okay. Get that little jar, preferably the blue crab, but if not, they be having the lump crab meat, the other crab meat. Go grab that. Okay. I swear it's gonna make a huge difference in your whole holiday meal. Thank me later. Please just look to the left or the right of that pink and white crab, the fake one, and they're gonna have some real crab meat right there. Everybody, if you need people to put in on it, tell them give you $5 a piece. And get some of that crab meat, please, if you can, Lord Jesus. I'm gonna say a prayer for y'all this year. I'm gonna say a prayer for y'all. Akani Unfiltered Life and Wellness Chronicles. Thank you so much for the super chat. Oh, you said 504. I like that. LOL. We surely don't care about the sauce. I can't travel out the boot without losing weight, or our taste buds are different down here. LOL. You better let them know. You better let them know. Girl, I told my best friend, she want to take me to Vegas and take me all these places. They got Cajun food over here. Cajun, girl, it was trash. Every single place we went. And like I told her, I said, I didn't think about it, but that's on me because I don't eat nothing Cajun or Louisiana inspired outside of the city of New Orleans. Period, poo. I just don't. And the fact that I let her drag me around Vegas with them people trying to act like they know how to cook, girl, the worst thing that ever happened to me. Girl, I'm telling you, our taste buds hit different. You know what I mean? Whew. Yeah, but please, y'all, if you can, go ahead on and go bypass the fake crab meat and get the real one. I swear to God, it's an investment that you once you get it, you'll never use the fit. Well, some of y'all might, but nevertheless, let's move on. Now, get the likes up on the video. Y'all, did y'all see these drones that China done did up? I hope y'all seen them. That one, hold on. I don't know if I went got it. Why is my stuff not coming up like this? Y'all, hold on, like the video. Like the video, y'all. Like the video, like the video. So, in case y'all were under a rock, we are on the brinks and cuffs of another world war, and China is the biggest threat. Now, let me tell y'all something. Allegedly, I believe that since the clear people are on their way out the door anyway, I believe they just gonna let it all blow up. You know what I'm saying? And it's the reason why China is able to buy land all over in America and things of that nature, because I think that the people in charge know that these people are probably going to be the ones that run over us. Now, Black America, because we've been detached from who we actually are, we have no military, we have no art of war, we've lost our guerrilla warfare tactics, we don't know how to build, we don't know how to do nothing. So really that puts us in a very peculiar place. We don't plant no food for the most part. We are 100% dependent on the system. Okay, now that's gonna be horrible for us, but we'll get there. Okay, however, I need you guys to be aware that this stuff, it seems like it doesn't affect us, but it doesn't. And America's military is trash. They have a recruiting issue, they have a retention issue, meaning they can't get nobody to come in and they can't get nobody to stay. Okay, and who knows what this is going to bring. Now, China has a way of, like Russia, they like to play with you. You know what I'm saying? So they like to do little stuff to kind of taunt America to be like, keep playing, and we got that blicky on our hip, type tease. So they put this video out of all these drones, girl, like a swarm of bees. Mind you, drones are not just for surveillance. A lot of them have missiles and things of that nature on them. Check out this video. I can't play the music, but you get the idea. Do you get the idea? This ain't no movie, fat. This real life. Now, why is this important? Number one, we don't typically talk about stuff like that because we act like it doesn't affect us until it does. Number one. Number two, I want us to keep our head on the swivel as it pertains to race. But this thing that we're dealing with as Black America and the blacks in the Americas is deeper than race. Race is the surface level issue that they race is a surface level issue that they use for us to fight amongst each other. Even though it is a factor, it is a surface level issue. Okay. The fact of the matter is these people, listen, have a bigger agenda going on. Okay. These people have a much bigger agenda going on. These people are trying to conquer not only a land, but a people. Remember, now the certain group of people, I ain't gonna say their name, they have control of certain such land and group of people right now. And the other parts of the world understand that there's power in that, right? And a lot of people want control of those resources. The resources not only includes the land, it includes the people. Now, the problem with the people is they don't even know that they are the resources. Most of us still talking about we come off a boat from Africa. Okay. But at the end of the day, like Hitler said, America has a hold of God's precious jewels. He didn't only just mean the land. And honestly, I believe he meant the people, because he was pissed because he was like, how the hell y'all gonna tell me about what I'm doing? And I know what y'all doing over there with them people. Why is this important? Listen, y'all, I need y'all to pay attention. I need y'all to pay attention. If we don't get into a sense of community, we are doomed. Doomed. Doomed, I tell you. If we continue on this singularity type tease thing that we got, where all we care about is us, and as long as me and mine is straight, and battling each other and going against each other with the not race wars, with the gender wars and all this stuff, we are doomed. Worry about which clear person or half clear person is gonna be the president, battling each other over it, calling the Democrats stupid, Democrats calling the Republicans stupid. I'm staying home for Christmas, I ain't going nowhere. We are doomed if we continue down this path. Now is not the time. Now is not the time. We have way bigger fish to fry, and we won't be able to deal with that until we become a community amongst ourselves. You don't have to agree with everybody. You can even beef with each other, but you're gonna have to be able to have some sense of community to put those things aside in order to combat whatever this is that's about to happen. That's the only way any of this will work. But as long as we keep going against each other behind some stuff that we don't control and never will control, we're going to be doomed. I'm sorry to say, you don't control anything. If you did, you think the outcome would be different for us? If we really had the control they claim they want us to believe we would have different outcomes. But the things that we do have control over, they get us distracted from it so that they can continue to use us as puppets. We got to be smarter than that. In 2024, we absolutely going into 2025, we have to be smarter than that because there's something way bigger at risk here. Way bigger. Bigger than any of us will ever know. Hold on, I want to show y'all something else. So while we over here going back and forth with each other about Thanksgiving and Christmas, and we ain't gonna believe in this person, and you voted against my interests and things of that nature, the literal world is going to hell in a handbasket. And to be completely honest, we're gonna be the ones who suffer the most because we don't have no recognizance skills. What do I mean by that, voodoo? Voodoo, that means if God forbid something were to happen, are we capable of eating and feeding off the land? Do we know how to harvest food? If the ATMs don't work no more, and the digital money, the digital currency that we have don't work no more, how do we survive? Do we have a barter system? Well, the answer is no to all those things and more. But what I'm saying is we will be the ones who suffer the most because they have completely detached us from ourselves. Now, while we over here fighting each other with the bull, they over there giving what it is, Russia, one of them places. I'm about to play the video. All this doggone equipment to fight these wars that's going to eventually, in my opinion, turn into World War III. Check out this video.
These bomb shelters are designed to protect against radiation and natural disasters, and they're now being mass-produced in Russia, the country's Emergency Ministry Research Institute has said. The announcement coming as US President Joe Biden's administration agreed to allow Ukraine to fire American long-range missiles deep into Russia, though the Research Institute did not link the production increase to any current crisis. The Cub-M shelter is said to defend against a variety of threats, including shrapnel, debris, and fires. It can even be deployed in Russia's vast northern permafrost, according to the State Institute. A standard unit can hold 54 people, but additional modules can be added. The war in Ukraine is entering what some officials say could be its final, most dangerous phase. Moscow's forces are advancing at their fastest pace since the early weeks of the conflict in 2022, while the West is seeking to shore up Ukraine. On Tuesday, Russian President Vladimir Putin issued a warning to the US, lowering the threshold for a nuclear strike. On Monday, the Kremlin called Washington's long-range missile decision reckless and said it would respond.
All right. So what does this mean? Biden just gave Ukraine a whole bunch of equipment to use to fight against Russia. Now, in my opinion, this is what I believe. The clears are very low in numbers. They've always been, but they've been able to elude or make us believe that they're higher in numbers than they are because they were able to control the populace as far as who they letting in and as far as they were reproducing more in the past as well. But the facts of the matter is they've never been the majority. They've always been the minority. This is what I believe. I don't know this to be a fact. This is what I believe. I believe that they understand that their time is up. They were only set here to reign for a period of time. Okay? Their time is coming up and they know it. So a lot of things are going to be exposed and they're going to be setting a lot of fires around here on their way out the door. Does that make sense? This has to be talked about because if this is not talked about, then we don't understand what's happening behind the scenes, we are going to get caught off guard. And like we always are reactive, we will be reacting to a situation that we can't even defend. Okay? Now, this is not to make nobody scared. It's just to make you aware. Them people on their way out the door. There's a reason why China is able to come over here and buy up all this land and do all this, all next to military bases and things of that nature. They are all on the same team, if you really ask me. I'm talking about at the higher up. But now you can start to see how things are starting to happen. he's giving out missiles and things of that nature to really set this thing on fire. What I'm telling my people is none of us have a military. We don't even have a militia. Hell, the gangs ain't even organized. But what I'm urging for my people to do is start to develop a community, a sense of community. You don't have to trust the people. You don't have to hang with the people. You don't have to be with the people. But you have to have a sense of community. And we need to get back to what's innate in us. Harvesting this land, being able to survive absence of this so-called government. Okay? We have to be able to survive absent of this so-called government. Meaning, if you lose your phone today, are you going to survive? Most of us won't, because all of our business or everything is in the phone. We don't keep copies of nothing. Everything is in our phone, our whole life. Them Chinese people been buying up in the Americas to my people, Jamaica, Bahamas, Antigua, all them islands, South America. The Chinese have been over there buying up all y'all land. They setting up, bro. They setting up. And let's be clear, them Chinese people are not the original people of that land. The ones you see today, just like the Mexicans you see today aren't the originals, just like the Hawaiians you see today aren't the originals. None of those people, the Arabs, none of those people are the original peoples of those lands. So I need us to get into community and start tapping back into who we are. Okay? That's very imperative for us. Get the likes up on the video, bro. This is real talk. This is real talk. Y'all get the likes up on the video. Let me see. Armand, thank you for the super chat. I gotta teach the children of the corn. Love you, Vu. Yes, we gotta start with them kids too. We have to. Chaz, thank you for the super chat. That's scenes from the Spider-Man movie. What? From I'm That Spider and movie. That's the scene. If that's what you say, but let me tell you something. I'm telling you what I know, not what I think. They have those drones. China. So keep that in mind. Savannah Doll, thank you for the super chat. Jussie Smollett conviction just overturned. Well, it makes sense if he kin the Scamala. She pardoning her people before she get up out of there. She gonna pardon her people to get up out of there. You got to know that. Thank you for the super chat. Now we gotta move on, guys. Y'all get the likes up on the video. Now we can get into hold on. Let's get into Ellen, because Ellen is gonna, well, let's get into child trafficking first. Well, no, let's do Ellen. Let's get Ellen up here. So Ellen, after Trump won, she said she leaving America, right? Boom. Bye, bitch. We don't care. You know what I mean? Like, girl, bye. Peace out. But she said she was leaving America. Now, apparently her and her wife, Portia, has picked up and moved to England. Great Britain, it says list Montecito estate never coming back to the United States. Now, Ellen is a very peculiar girl. She claims to be from the city of New Orleans, but me growing up in the city, what school did she go to? What ward did she live in? And what ward is she from? Who are people? We would have knew her. Girl, them people don't be from no city of New Orleans, just like Tamar Braxton, old man. Girl, them people just be saying stuff. But anyway, she might be from Cheryl Met or something. But anyway, neither here nor there. She's up and leaving, and people are looking at her like, well, girl, what is you up and leaving for? What's going on? And they brought up her ex-wife, who was allegedly unalived, but turns out, girl, that lady popped up like nothing ever happened. Look, I'm not bullcrapping. Y'all, I remember seeing this, and it really messed my head up, right? Because I was like, wait a minute. I remember seeing this on the news, and they kind of just brushed right past it. And I was just like, wait a minute. So apparently Ellen's ex-wife was in a crash, allegedly. She was in a crash, and in said crash, she was supposed to be unalived. Well, girl, this ain't funny, but it kind of is. Tell me why the lady ends up jumping out of the body bag as they wheeling her from the crash. Check it out.
ambulance. That's some sort of sign, but yes. So basically the activity that we were looking for, that anxious or that quick moving, that was going on the other side of the vehicle. Ambulance. That's some sort of sign, but yes. So basically the activity that we were looking for, that anxious or that quick moving, that was going on the other side of the vehicle. Ambulance. That's some sort of sign, but yes. So basically the activity that we were looking for, that anxious or that quick moving, that was going on the other side of the vehicle.
Girl, when that lady came up out that body bag, girl, I almost choked on my water when I seen that. I said, hold on now, hold on. What happened? Now, I told y'all be thinking I'm a conspiracy theorist, but I told y'all, them celebrities be having all types of stuff going on. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Now, she friends with Diddy. She got all this other stuff going on. Girl, them people be lying and playing in our face. Oh, and I didn't, somebody put in the chat, I didn't forget about her DJ Twitch. Remember Twitch? He just jumped out of the window one day, and then we all looking like, girl, what happened? There's a lot of death around these people. Check out some of what was going on around that time with Ellen.
Do you want to send her any well wishes?
Sure. I don't want anyone to be hurt.
Ellen Degeneres is sending kind words to her ex, Anne Heche, amid her hospitalization following her life-threatening car crash.
Vehicle into a structure. We also have a structure fire, 2-story, single-family dwelling, heavy smoke showing. Keep everybody coming.
While out and about in Santa Barbara, the former daytime talk show host gave a brief comment on the actress, whom she dated from 1997 to 2000.
Have you spoken to Anne Heche at all since her accident?
Guess not.
Do you want to...
We're not in touch with each other, so I wouldn't know.
It's seemingly true. Ellen and Anne have had little to no communication since their split. That's something Anne mentioned to E.T. a couple years ago.
Ellen and I haven't spoken in years, and you know, in a relationship, and I think many of us have, you come to a fork in the road. What do you want, and what do I want? And those goals, that intent in life, is determined by the individual. And her intent and my intent were different, and that's why we separated.
But despite the two not being in touch, Ellen still hopes Anne comes out of the accident okay.
I don't want anyone to be hurt.
Yeah, it's quite a dangerous accident that happened, wasn't it?
Sure was.
Ellen and Anne have a lot of history.
Girl, when Anne hopped out of that damn when Anne hopped out the body bag, girl, I knew right then and there we've been played. I keep telling y'all, bitch, and they rolled that body to the bike and popped out that bitch and said, psych. Shout out the Ed, girl. Shout out the Ed, girl, whatever. But according to what the report said, the lady is dead, girl. All I know is the people is bringing that back up. They say Ellen went down to the Britain people. She said she never coming back to America. Good riddance. I hope they never see her again. I never thought she was funny anyway. She was just a clear dagger. And yeah, that's it. Girl, Ellen, is you running from the Diddy allegations? Is Ellen, it's to me, Ellen is running from the Diddy. These people are leaving from the, now listen, there are extradition laws from Great Britain, and who knows, they might be going down in one of them portals. Okay? They might be going down in one of them portals. You know what I mean? But I'm telling y'all, the world is a stage, girl. And Ellen, you must be running from the extradition or from the Diddy case, because I know you and him was real close. Real close. Do you understand me? Real close. Thank you, Chance, for the super chat. I meant the Spider-Man movie from Far From Home. Okay, yeah, they use drones exactly like that. You always say they put it in the movies because they've been doing those things. Absolutely. And again, they listen, the deal that they made, the powers that be made, that they can do anything they want to us as long as they inform us first. And the way they inform us is through what, boys and girls? Entertainment. Y'all get the likes up on the video. Thank you so much. Lady Dominique, thank you for being a member for 2 months. At this point, we are either living in the Matrix or on the Truman Show. I think it's a combination of both, to be completely honest, Lady Dominique. Girl, them people is staged. Girl, them people playing with us. The people playing with us. Remember they put, this just made me think about it. Y'all remember they brought Tupac out on stage with Snoop with the hologram? Y'all remember how weird that was? Bitch. What if Tupac was never real? You know, I go as far. My bad. I go as far. I'm just saying, like, girl, the hologram was, it blew me. I remember I was there when after Pac died and Snoop did the show and Pac came out on the hologram. It scared me. I ain't gonna lie. It scared me. Y'all be saying, oh, but voodoo. Girl, bye. I was scared. I was scared. I don't know. French Coco, thank you for the super chat. Ellen is giving, maybe Trump really is going to release that list. Happy Thursday, Boo. Keep dropping the real news. Oh, thank you, Fat. Listen, happy Thursday. Let me tell you something. The powers that be are some evil people. Them celebrities out there are evil. They are evil. Evil, evil, evil. Evil. Miss Love Me, Hate Me said, Pac was real, Boo. You going too far. You know I goes far, girl. I do go far. But who know Pac from school? Never let. Man, I'm just saying, I do go for. My bad, y'all. I do be going for. But my mind be thinking like that, girl. Nothing is out of the. Listen, everything. I don't know what's going on. If Portia can hop up out the body bag, girl, I'm scared. I don't know. Remember Jeffrey Epstein allegedly hung himself, and then all of a sudden, no fuel, no nothing, girl. I believe Pac is about as dead as Ghost on Power. Ghost ain't had no fume. Pac ain't had no fume. Somebody tell me, girl. Let's move on, cause I goes for. Yeah, you right. I do go for. My bad. You right. You ain't lied. I do be going for. I do be going for. I do. But anyway, yeah, French Coco, she might be trying to avoid that list, but when it come out, it's gonna come out. When it come out, it's gonna come out, and they gonna and rather what they wherever they at, it's gonna come out. Thank you for the super chat, girl. Y'all keep. Y'all know I go as far, girl. I'm just saying, who went to school with the niggas besides Jada? Who besides Jada, bald head Jada Pinkett? Who went to school with Pac? Somebody help me out. Can somebody go find somebody who like? Oh, I went to 6th grade. We was in the 6th grade together. Girl, y'all could keep playing if y'all want. Y'all seen how Portia jumped out that body bag, girl. Y'all keep playing if y'all want. Get the likes up on the video, girl. Get the likes up on the video, child. Girl, they jumping out of body bags. So who knows what else is happening, you know? Because these people jumping out of body bags. What this is?
Do you want to send her any well?
Not that. Hold on. Y'all get the likes up on the video. I want to show. Now we're going to move into the child trafficking thing because that's something that needs to be discussed. Give me 1 second. Like the video. All right, now this is extremely imperative. Now, you remember the new border czar, the upcoming border czar, Homan is his name. He is going to be the new border czar. And one of the reasons why he said that he wants to close the border, which I believe we should as well, is because a lot of trafficking happens at the border. Now, I remember saying to somebody that there were over 400,000 kids missing at the border, and somebody argued me down to the ground that that's not true, that they are with sponsors. Let me tell you how this works, right? This is how this works, and this is going to take us right into the Diddy thing. This is how this works. According to the way that the sponsorship goes for these children at the border is, remember they were separating the children at the border? Well, they were supposed to be getting sponsors who were supposed to be allegedly related to the kids, or the kids know them. They didn't need no ID, no nothing. All they had to do was say, I know that child. And according to the program, these so-called sponsors were supposed to be people who would take on the child, right? Now, what we do know simultaneously happening is child trafficking in this country is crazy right now. It's crazier than it's ever been. They've been doing it, but it's crazier than it's ever been. And it turns out over 400,000 children are missing at the border. Remember, I told y'all kids, women, people in America sell their children. People from other countries do that as well. It would not surprise me if some of these parents are trading their children for freedom. This happens. This is not something that don't happen. It happened amongst blacks, whites, Asians, everybody. Everybody do this. Not everybody, but you know what I mean? As a collective, not collective, but you know what I mean? There are people in every group that do this. So it would not surprise me if these people are bringing their children to this border so for their own freedom. Okay, let's start that first. This ain't no conspiracy theory. This is real life. Now, one of the things that was happening at the border was that these children went missing, and the Democrats was trying to make it seem like they were gaslighting America. Like, oh, that's not true. They were sponsors. Nigga, y'all don't even know who the sponsors are. And then when they tried to go in, look into the sponsors, they couldn't find the sponsors, which means they can't find the children. Mind you, methods used such as CPS and all those other things are used for child trafficking. Children come up missing in CPS. Okay? Now, remember we talked about how under Diddy's house had tunnels? And remember I told y'all Hugh Hefner had tunnels as well, and it was going from his house to other celebrities' houses. And I told y'all, why would they need tunnels to traffic regular girls? Like, it's easier to pass off regular women as, you know, just, you know, whatever. I said, I believe that they trafficking children under those tunnels. That's what I believe. I don't know this to be a fact. It's just me going off in a conspiracy. You know what I mean? Because I said there's no reason why all of these tunnels is happening and been happening for years. It goes and blows. Now, shout out to Allie Carter. She came out and actually showed us that they shot one of the videos for Jay-Z and Kanye Run This Town with Rihanna in said tunnel, and she was in the video as a child. So I kind of was like, damn, my hunch was right. My conspiracy came true. Not true, but unfortunately, it kind of lined up. Now, why is this important? In the Diddy case, in which we'll get into later in a second with this girl who came out, in that situation, she spoke about how they went to Puffy Flavor Camp and how it was similar to the movie how does it go? What is the name of that movie? Freaking Blink Twice. But we'll get to that later. Before we get to her story, I want to show y'all what's happening in real life. Okay? I want to show y'all what's happening in real life. All right? Check this out. Here's a conference where they're speaking of, no, let me go with the borders are first. Let's get the new borders are up here first.
Because a lot of people have wondered, how is this going to work? So how will it work?
Well, look, I think the president's been clear on the stage. As far as the deportation operation, we will prioritize public safety threats and national security threats because they pose the biggest danger to the United States. He's got three rails. So we'll do the deportation operation with the priorities I just talked to you out of the gate. That'd be the priorities. Second thing is secure that border. Lock that border down and catch and release and secure the border. The third rail is we got over 300,000 missing children. Over 500,000 children have been trafficked into the United States. This administration released them to unvetted sponsors, and they can't find 300,000 of them. And based on my 3.5 decades, some of these children are in forced labor. We already found some in forced labor. Some are in forced sex trafficking. Some are living with pedophiles. We need to save these children. So that's going to be the third rail.
But what do people...
There you go. So there you go. In real life, this is not a conspiracy. This is not a conspiracy. You heard the new borders are talk about how there's all type of P's and trafficking and things of that nature happening as a direct result of the open border. Okay. Remember, Joe Biden, the first day he signed, the first thing that he signed, well, one of the first things on day one was to open up the border. None of your faves are clean from this. Let me be clear. None of them, capital N-O-N-E, none of them are clean from this. And we're going to get into why. Now, let's go into this conference where they're talking about the 400,000 kids missing at the border. Check this out. This is real life. This isn't a conspiracy. This is real life. Check this out.
Mr. Secretary, how can you credibly claim that HHS is working to protect these children? And by the way, children we're talking about in the order of magnitude of 400 and something thousand children, which you are dismissing that they are lost. Let me ask you a very specific question, Mr. Secretary. Can you account for the whereabouts of those 400 and something thousand children? The 320,000 that were put in the report by the Inspector General, the 85,000 that we've talked about before in 2023. Do you know where all of these children are and that they are safe? Yes or no?
Congressman, as I explained the process, we get these kids when they are referred to us by the Department of Homeland Security. We then provide them with care while they are in our custody. We lose custody of those kids once we find a vetted sponsor with whom they can stay.
A vetted sponsor that rapes and murders the people that they're entrusted to? Because you issue a rule that doesn't even do the background check? That's what you think is appropriate care for these children? I yield back, Mr. Chairman.
All right. I know I goes far, but this is real life. He cannot account for over 400,000 missing children at the border. Facts. Okay, now anybody who tell you otherwise either is grossly misinformed or are basically one of the people who are pushing this narrative to combat the fact that children are missing. Okay, children are missing. All right, that's just that on that. Remember when we were younger and we used to have the milk cartons and they used to put all the missing children on the back of the milk cartons? Y'all put a one in the chat. Put a one in the chat if you remember when you used to go in Walmart and on the Walmart they had a wall full of missing children. Y'all remember that? Cool missing children. Children all over the place. Missing. These are American children that used to be on the back of the milk carton. This wasn't the ones coming up out of somewhere else. I remember I didn't drink milk, but I used to be fascinated to see who was on the back of the milk carton. Okay? And it's the same thing in Walmart. Soon as you go in Walmart, all these faces up there are missing children. Some women, but for the most part, missing children. Now, go back to they cloned Tyrone. They were missing people, and guess where they were? Underground in the tunnels. Take that information and do with it as you please. It's a conspiracy theory, whatever. Conspiracy theory, hello, whatever. Why is this important? Allie Carter came out and said, hey, they are trafficking children in tunnels, right? Oh, that's a good one too. I forgot about Oprah. Remember Oprah had her school. They said it was trafficking them children. That's all. Listen. Why is this important? Allie Carter came out and said they was trafficking children through them tunnels. She said she was one of the children and things of that nature. There was a girl who came out. I don't know if you guys remember her. Matter of fact, let me go get her picture. I gotta go get her picture so y'all can know what I'm talking about. Hold on. Like the video, because I want y'all to know who and what I'm talking about. Stand by. All right. Do you guys recall after Diddy started getting, called out on all this stuff? Remember, they were putting out all these lawsuits started coming out and things of that nature. Do you guys recall this photo right here? This photo is of the girl. She was a Jane Doe, and she was underage in this photo. This is why they blocked out her face, right? She was in this photo. She was underage, okay? Now, this girl had never been identified until yesterday. She does this interview on the Lionel B show, and in said interview, she speaks about the grueling details of what happened to her as she was 13 years old, trafficked and abused, SA'd underground by a lot of people. Some of those people include but not limited to Bill Cosby, J-Lo, Pierre Harvey, Roger Bonds with an assist, Diddy, obviously, old fat clear men, and things of that nature. We are going to get into it. And I want y'all to go over to the Lionel B show and watch this interview. It is so, first of all, trigger warning over here and over there. Trigger warning. But she said something that really dawned on me. And I've been saying this since the beginning. I say all these niggas coming out here talking about all Diddy did either had to be included or they had to be in on it, or they had to know about it and didn't say nothing. I said that. Well, in her interview, when she starts to cry, she says, what hurts me the most is that all these people out here doing these interviews helped SA me and abuse me. Okay? I called it. I don't be knowing what I be talking about. So I don't know. I think I just be getting hunches and shit. But I called it. Okay? Now, she starts off her interview where she speaks about how she met SZA. Y'all remember SZA, the singer? The Weekend girl. Y'all know the song Weekend SZA, and she sung with what's the boy name? All the stars is closer on the Wakanda track. All the stars is close, and then let me know. And then we found out she couldn't sing. Y'all remember that? Well, let me give y'all the details. So allegedly, according to this lady, yes, SZA girl, yes, SZA, you got to go see the interview. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Let me tell you what she said about SZA. Allegedly. Thank you, Latasha Chambers, for becoming a member. Thank you so much. And we found out SZA can't sing. And so, girl, let's get into it. So allegedly, she said she went to this school. Let me give you a little background on her. Her mother was addicted to drugs, crack, obviously, around that time. And she lived with her grandmother. And we're going to talk about accomplices as far as the grandmother, too. And she said after 9/11 happened, they were in school. She had to be about 10 or 11. Oh, my bad. She was also molested as a young child as well. Okay? She was molested as a young child. And listen, do not listen to Google to let Google tell you how old these people is. Do not let Google be lying like a dog. Do not let Google tell y'all how old these people is. I don't know if she's really 33, but Google be lying. That's all I'm going to say. But look. So, she was molested as a child. She lived with her grandmother because her mama was strung out on drugs. So boom, she go to school and she is in school in class with, or she's cool with SZA. She said her real name. I can't pronounce it. But her real name, she's in class with SZA after 9/11. Y'all know they said it was the Arab people who bombed the who ran the planes into the Twin Towers, which was all propaganda, the Beit Yomo. But nevertheless, they started teasing SZA. So she helped up for SZA because SZA's a black girl. Like, nah, that wasn't my people. That wasn't my people. And they were like, no, we're not talking about black people. We're talking about the people who wear the thing on their head. Talking about not the turbans, what they call them, hibachi, not hibachi, hijabs. The people who wear the hijabs, basically saying the Muslim people is the one who did the whole 9/11 thing. Long story short, she gets real cool with SZA. Her and SZA becomes real good, real close. So much so, she would write poems or books, little small snippets, little short stories, and she would write about sex. Mind you, she's 10 or 11 years old. Even though she's been molested, according to her, she says she's never been penetrated. And she still was able to write these stories that seem so detailed and so free and so convincing. This how I know she ain't lying. I remember in 9th grade, I wrote a poem called My First Time, and I had never had sex. But girl, if I tell you about the detail in that poem, girl, I'll tell you this. I passed it in the class to somebody else, and the teacher caught it, and I got in trouble. My mama beat me with a wire hanger behind that shit. So I know it's possible to write these things without having the experience. And I never been touched on. So there's that too. Nevertheless, she's giving SZA all of these books. And SZA is telling her that her daddy is a producer and that she's going to get her into the industry, right? She wants to get in the industry. She want to get Grammys, da 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 da. All right, so the girl ends up keeping the books. She said, but one day, SZA daddy came back to school and made her give the books back to her. Now, this is where it kind of gets murky, and you could tell the interview was edited, but because she says that Harvey Pierre, let me get him up here. Hold on, because we gotta put faces to these names here. Y'all get the likes up on the video. So according to her, she says Harvey Pierre started buying the books from her. Like buying them, like, oh, you know, I'll take this, I'll take that. She was like, and she was just writing and giving them over. One day she met up with him and Clive Davis. Hello, and Clive Davis was like, give her whatever she want for the books, and she ended up saying she want $500. Fast forward, SZA gets taken out of the school because of bullying, and they completely scrub her from the class roster and from the yearbook. Now, that's a red flag for me. Why would they have to scrub her from the yearbook just for being bullied from 9/11? None of that makes sense. But this is what I believe from her story, because I'm jumping ahead of myself. But just keep that in mind. SZA is scrubbed from the yearbook from that time. So take that information and do with it as you please. Long story short, through her connection with SZA and them, she meets Harvey Pierre. They buying up a bunch of her journals. They end up paying her for the journals. And then one day, Harvey Pierre calls her and was like, "Hey, girl, you want to meet Diddy?" And she was like, "Hell yeah, I want to meet Diddy," or Puffy at the time. So he said, "Okay, ask your mama." Well, she asked her grandmother. Her grandmother was like, "Nah, you can't go." Or so ask your mama. Now she knows she can't ask her mama because her mama's somewhere strung out on drugs. Long story short, Harvey was like, "You want me to come pick you up and we can find your mama and get permission?" She's like, "Sure." So he comes over, pick her up, and when she get in the car, he gave her this jelly bean and told her to eat it. Right? This is Harvey Pierre. He gave her this jelly bean and was like, "Eat it. It's a brand new candy that we just created." She said it was nasty, and before she could say she wanted to get out the car, they slammed the door. She said she woke up on a jet, ears popping, stomach sinking, and she's on her way to God knows where. Yes, her name is Misha. She's on her way to God knows where. Okay? Now, as she gets to this place, no, before we move on, in my opinion, I believe that there's some connection between SZA and her being trafficked. I don't know this to be a fact, but I'm telling you, in my opinion, I believe that there is some connection between SZA, her daddy, and the trafficking, because they know that she had been molested prior to. Okay, all right, let's move on. So boom, she wakes up on this jet. She says she heard him say, "Dang, this girl heavy as hell." Boom, boom, boom. They get to this place. She don't know where she at. She said she thought she was in Africa. It was in the middle of the jungle. Now, mind you, if y'all ever seen the movie Blink Twice, it's the same thing happened there. They brought him to an island, but it turns out it wasn't a jungle. It was Miami somewhere. But they get there, and long story short, she is being essayed by Harvey Weinstein, Diddy, a orange juice person, and a couple of other people. Also at this party, she was essayed by Bill Cosby, J-Lo, and all these other people. This is her story, not mine. Okay. So with that being said, she said one of the encounters were she woke up. She said she was numb. She really couldn't really feel her legs at some point, but they were basically essaying her. No, let me back up. Let's get him up here. And I called this fool. I got an intuition like a dog. Listen, I know what I be talking about. Not him. Hold on. Him. Remember this fool came out and was talking about he going against Diddy? And he said Diddy did X, Y, and Z and bop, 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 bop. And he said because Diddy didn't help his son get out of prison for going across state lines or country lines to unalive somebody, Roger Bonds, him. She said that they asked her what kind of size cocks she used to, whatever, and she told them, "I like real big ones." She said Diddy sent Roger Bonds out to go buy a pink dildo. Listen. So Roger Bonds, that's his implication in it so far. Okay. So now He goes out by the thing. Long story short, they end up essaying the hell out of her. She said she woke up one of the times they was doing it in her backside, if you get it, not the front side, but the backside. And she also recounts, she said that Diddy was saying, I'm not gonna hurt you, and kissing on her, and he had this white orange juice man, and he told the orange juice man to do it, but the man didn't want to do it. And then Diddy said, if you don't do it to her, I'm gonna do it to you. Put between the lines. So the dude ends up doing it. She said one of the situations that she ran across in this is also that at one point they had stuff laid out on the table. It was a cigar, a champagne bottle, and some other stuff. And Bill Cosby lit the cigar and put it out on her middle part. And remember, I heard somewhere else, I don't know if it was Jag or I can't remember who said it, but it was somebody else was saying that J-Lo, let's get her up here. Where's she at? Hold on, let me go get J-Lo. Hold on, y'all. Y'all get the likes up on the video. We got some things to discuss, child. Okay, so according to this, hold on 1 second. I think I have too many things up here. I'm telling you, this gets very deep and dark. Trigger warning. I'm telling y'all now, trigger warning. It's not letting me upload it, but y'all know what J-Lo look like. All right. J-Lo stuck a champagne bottle up her stuff, and it was horrible. She said she screamed bloody hell and nobody would help her. It was police officers. Hello, I need y'all to pay attention. It was police officers. It was all types of people there, and everybody was in on it. Okay, everybody was in on it. J-Lo ass need to be in jail. But Harvey Pierre, she said, had a really big one, and when he essayed her in the back, she said that it kind of like it messed the girl up so bad that she had to get reconstructive surgery down there. She had to get reconstructive surgery down there. Period, perm blank. Okay? Now, this is where the child trafficking comes in. Oh, no. My bad. I ain't do yet. Hold on. Guess who else she named? Let's get her up here. She said Kris Jenner, listen, she said Kris Jenner was essaying her, and she finally got away and stabbed Kris Jenner in her shoulder. She said, I don't have to say allegedly. She said, because it's the God's honest truth. The girl started crying, said she don't want no money. She just want justice. Now, if Kris Jenner has a stab wound on her shoulder, the girl said it. If Kris Jenner has a stab wound on her shoulder, then first of all, I believe her already. But that girl not lying. And we all know Chris and Kim and all of them and Diddy is all chummy, cool. Okay? I keep telling y'all, the things that these people are doing behind the scenes, most of us would not even be able to fathom. We live in a bubble as regular citizens in America. I'm telling you now. We live in a small bubble. We think that the world operates on how we operate on our day-to-day. We have no idea of the horrible, heinous things that these people are doing behind the scenes. Our brains can't even fathom it. Now, moving on. So then she goes on to talk about the trafficking. Now, we just talked about what happened at the border. She said they threw her in a cage with about 30 to 50 children. They were brown children, but none of them spoke English. Are you up yet? She was in a cage with between 30 to 50 children, and they did not speak no English. What does that make you? What does that put you in the mind of? Where would all these children come from? The border. Allegedly. That's what I would assume, right? So boom. She said what they were doing was hunting the children. They were hunting them. She said she was in charge of bathing them, feeding them, but they would basically come and pick these children out and essay the you know what out of these children. Not only that, she said that they were unaliving these children. Listen, she said that Diddy was pow-powing the children. She said, and he told her to pow-pow one of the kids, a 5 or 6 year old. She said she couldn't do it, and he picked up the pow-pow and started pow-powing. So she just picked up a knife and went the bop, 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 bop on the 5 or 6 year old. And this one I knew she was telling the truth, because who's going to incriminate themselves on something like this? Then she turned around and said, to this day, she get out-of-body experiences, and she'll have dreams where that baby chases her in her dreams. Hey, put a 1 in the chat if you was on my Rumble series when we was doing behind the scenes and you remember the Shy Lights. On the Shy Lights review I did on Rumble, it's over there. On that Shy Lights review I did on Rumble, one of the things that the man alleged was that the Jackson 5, along with the members of the Shy Lights, essayed a little bitty baby and unalived him right in front of him. He looked crazy, so most people just assumed he was capping. Let me tell y'all something. All these people having these similar stories, y'all keep believing this is unreal and it can't be true. Keep on, Fat. And I get it. Some people feel like that keeps them safe in their mind, that they don't have to think that something like this is possible. Okay? But in that Shy Lights review, that young man who's the son of one of the Shy Light members said that they had a brand new a little bitty baby, couldn't be 3 months old. And all of them, Michael Jackson included, even though they were children, Joe Jackson on down, all of the Shy Lights took turns essaying this baby. And then they unalived the baby, and then they and they were eating babies as well. Look, y'all can take this. I'm just whatever. Now, this girl is saying that they made her poke this baby, and she went into tears. Okay? Now, who would get online and tell somebody something like that if they lying? Think about it. Let's say I just want clout, and I want who gonna get online and say something like that to incriminate themselves to say, yeah, I unalived a 5-year-old. Why? Neither here nor there. She also said she would let the children out. She said whenever the children would get out, they would have to run behind the children. She said, and one of the girls, she didn't speak no English, but she was a brown girl. She said the girl kept saying, fight, fight, fight. And that's what made her fight. I think that's when she stabbed Kris Jenner. Don't quote me. But nevertheless. So in this girl's interview, and I can't cover everything because I don't remember it all, per se. But in the interview, she said that at some point she was left in the cage alone. She said, and after being left in the cage alone, she said she realized that the people came to get her. Long story short, the place catches on fire. She said Diddy set the place on fire to cover up the bodies and the degeneracy that happened there. He almost got burned up because he got I think he got a concussion from something. And she said she wanted to leave him in there and let him die, but she pulled him out. Now this is where it gets the most interesting. Y'all, this is why I keep telling y'all don't understand that the people you think that are for you are not. when she finally gets out of there, she said she made it from the jungle. She said she thought she was gonna die, but by the time she made it to the highway, she almost got hit. Turns out she wasn't in Africa, she was in Miami. Some clear man drove her from Miami to New York because he was gonna take her to the police station, and she said, I cannot go to the police station because they were there too. How you gonna tell the police on the police? So he drives her all the way from Miami to New York, where she said she gets there, and she said that at first she lied about her age. She told him she was 17. She was like, I don't even know why I lied. I just lied and told him I was 17. But in all actuality, she was 13. Pure Joy says, sorry, I don't believe her. That's fine. Everybody could believe what they want to believe. I'm just telling y'all the story. So look, so she tells them that she's 17 and not 13. I found it interesting that her grandmother, she said she was gone. She said all she knows when she got there, it was hot to the place, and when she left, it was cold. That lady, that young girl was gone for all that time, and her grandmother not only did not press charges or take her to the police station, she didn't even take her to the doctor. What type of time you think the grandma was on? They couldn't tell a 13-year-old from a 17-year-old. Listen, let me tell y'all something. I don't know if y'all know this, but some young girls are built like women. Hell, she was 13 years old in this photo you looking at. Without her face, does she look like she's 13? She maybe thought she was fast. Even if you fast, you missing for days and probably weeks and months at a time? Child. So we can't just say that they could tell or not. Listen, when a man talk to a girl, a woman, he knows how old she is because her mindset gonna tell her how old she is. And a lot of times in their face, these girls look older. But these dudes wasn't looking at no faces. I think the grandma got paid off. And I think that's why the grandma didn't take her to press no charges or didn't take her to the doctor. So boom. She find that the people is like, who did this to you? Who did this to you? Who did this to you? And she finally breaks down and tell them it was Diddy. Now, this is what we know to be a fact. Especially according to the Lil Rod case, Diddy got all of the police in New York on his payroll. Diddy got all of the police in New York on his payroll. Remember when allegedly the man got unalived in the bathroom, and he said the police came, the sheriff people came, or the police came and helped him hide it? Now, people may say, oh, well, maybe she lied to Diddy and told Diddy she was 17. Listen, y'all don't understand these rituals and the way the rituals work. They don't want older people. The ritual calls for children. Children. So, of course, they knew. And plus, she went to school with SZA. They knew how old she was. They didn't go to Miami police because Miami police was in there at the freak off. That's what I'm trying to say. They couldn't go. Well, the reason they didn't go to Miami police is because the Miami police was at the freak off too. You can't tell the police on the police. But even still, what made me believe her story is not only the detail, but how this girl was like literally going in and out of like trying to remain calm. Like the girl was really like freaking the hell out, even reliving to tell the story. Okay? Now, let me also say this. I watch my people deny victims all the time. And this is what I found to be true. Dark-skinned young girls are not believed. Dark-skinned women are never believed. But I watched my same people, when Cassie came out with her lawsuit, back her 1,000,000,000%. The internal colorism is real amongst my people. Let me show y'all. I'm about to go get the interview for y'all. So y'all, I'm gonna put it in the chat so y'all to go get it. The internal colorism amongst my people is real. Because I'm about to tell y'all right now, and this gonna ruffle a lot of feathers, and I don't give a damn. Cassie is not innocent. Do I believe she deserved what she got? Nope. But Cassie is not innocent. Yet I watch my people portray this girl like she's just such an angel and innocent. But when this young lady telling her story, it's 1,000,001 questions. It's 21 questions. You know, like I say, and I believe this from the bottom of my heart. We can't sit up here and talk about who our enemies are until we start looking in the mirror. Until we start looking in the mirror, we'll always be victims to our own demise. And as soon as they showed Cassie getting her ass whipped up and down the hallway, all of my black women sympathy. Well, oh my God, I can't believe this. Send him to jail, send him to prison. Now, even before that, most black women were standing on the side of Cassie. This girl telling this horrific, detailed story where she can't even keep her composure, and it's 21 questions from black women. You know, I can only hope and pray that the people who lack empathy for others don't go through these things themselves. You know? I pinned the link to the thing at the top of the chat. We are sick as a community. We are sick. Like, we are ill. We are ill. We are ill. Pure Joy says the original complaint is different, boo. So what do you want me to do with that information? I don't know. I mean, are we protecting black women or no? Like, what we doing? Like, even if the original complaint was different, you got to understand, when people relive trauma, sometimes details could get different. But I don't think that that's reason for us to discredit the girl. I don't think that's reason for, I just think that, I think this is just, but again, listen. I am a Pisces. I'm a very empathetic and emotional person. So maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm different. But my empathy for situations as it pertains to children is through the roof. And when I hear this girl tell her story, and with the detail in which she told it, naming names, she did not name no name. She don't want no money. She just saying, I want justice. Even admitted that they've been paying her all this time, and she's still living like she's poor. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm the oddball out, but I'm gonna believe her because the detail in which she spoke. You gotta be. I don't know, y'all. But I'll say this for my people, because I want better for us. The reason the uncles in the family were able to get away with touching on the nieces, or the daddies were able to get away with sleeping with the daughters, or the mama boyfriend is capable of sleeping with her daughter, is because the women allow it. And I'm gonna put a big period right there. women allow that to happen. Rather, it's passively by saying, oh, well, I don't believe you. You know, that's the big one. That's the big one. I don't believe it. Or it's the look the other way method. Okay? But the point of the story is, the point of what I'm saying is, the reason our babies, our daughters, and our sons are not taken care of and protected is because the women allow it. Now, again, any young girl, any child that comes to me and tell me that they have been abused in any way, shape, or form by an adult, my natural reaction or my natural instinct is to believe a child. Children, I will naturally believe them. Until proven otherwise, my natural reaction is to believe a child. But again, this is why when May got shot in the foot, I didn't give two fucks about y'all fake outrage. I didn't. I really didn't. Because it's fake. When May got shot in the foot, I gave two fucks about y'all outrage. I did it. I didn't. Because it wasn't because Meg should have got shot in the foot. No. It was because I understood that a lot of black women are passively, like, not passive, my bad. They are selective about who they want to show sympathy to. So I didn't give a damn. Y'all was out there crying and windmilling, and the black woman is the most unprotected. Oh, protect black women, girl. Fuck me. My sympathy and empathy go to victims like this. When a child expressed trauma and we got 21 questions, or we just say we don't believe them, I need my people to start going to that mirror, and instead of just looking in it when you brushing your teeth, sit with yourself and ask you what's going on internally. Yeah, we need to start sitting with ourselves. This is just because I've had to do this, so I'm not saying it to talk down on nobody. I've literally had to do this. Sit with yourself and ask yourself, what is wrong with me? What is happening to me, or what has happened to me to make me lack what innately, especially black women, that why do I lack this? What is going on? How can a 13-year-old child tell me that something horrible and horrendous has happened to them? Mind you, she gone to the police, so there's a police report somewhere. So this could be verified. She said she went to the police, so I'm pretty sure the internet and go pull it up. The girl had to have reconstructive surgery on her woo-ha and her anus. Let's talk about it. Let's just be candid. The video ain't gonna get monetized anyway. That girl had to get reconstructive surgery on her vagina and her anus from all of the damage done to her. And we gonna sit up here and say, I don't believe her, or I don't know the story. Come on, man. Reconstructive surgery on both of them. It has already been said that J-Lo stuck a broke champagne bottle up a young girl. We already knew that. Now we just putting a face to the name. So how come we could believe that because we hate Diddy now? But when the girl who say it was me who got the champagne bottle stuck up, we just, oh, I don't know. Yes, the vagina and the anus. She said the dildo was stuck so far up her anus that when they pulled it out, she thought it was her intestines. I don't know what else. Hey, man. The enemy has hardened my people's hearts. Man, the enemy has hardened our hearts, bro. And yeah, it's honestly, and again, I don't want nobody to just believe because I believe. But I'm just saying, bro, it's scary to watch. It's very scary to watch. It's terrifying to watch. I'm scared of a lot of y'all. I'm really scared of a lot of, like, having a following. I'm scared of y'all. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. I'm scared of y'all. Like, it's weird. It's real. But the link to the video is pinned to the top of that chat. I want y'all to do me a favor. Go and look at that video, and that, not only listen to what she's saying, pay attention to her body language, pay attention to her actions, and just pay attention to the whole scene. Don't just listen to her words. Listen to her words and watch what she does when she speak about certain things, and things of that nature. These celebrities are evil freaking people. They're evil. The link pinned to the top of the chat, T. Hames. The link pinned to the top of the chat. These people are evil, y'all. I know y'all like them, but they are evil. They have to do horrible things in order to make it in the society. If they don't do these things, they do not make it. All of your faves who are at the tippy top of their game have probably most likely done that or worse. But they've been using babies for sacrifice in the industry since the inception of the industry. I'm telling you, the girl said she didn't even put out this picture. She don't know. She said whoever put this picture out must be a horrible person. Why would they do that to her? She said she had more pictures, but she can't find them. But somebody leaked this out. This is what I believe. I believe that the industry is trying to bury Diddy, so they started pulling any and everything they had out the archives. But it got me when she said all these people doing these interviews are a part of it. It's just a question. I ain't even gonna pose it, y'all. I'm gonna leave it at what she said. All of these people doing these interviews were a part of it. Not only that, the police, all these other people were in on it as well. So who you gonna tell when the people you gonna tell is in on it too? This shit is bigger than race. And whenever we catch on, we gonna be a powerful source. You hear me? Boy, we gonna be cold whenever we figure it out, bro. But for now, we still lost and turned out. But with that being said, y'all go check out that interview. He make it strict where you can't share his content, so I can't share it over here. But ultimately, I urge you guys to go and check out that interview. Trigger warning, trigger warning, trigger warning. Typical victims are victims are because of the lack of parenting and resources. A lot of people who didn't have resources, or maybe like a parent or two was absent, those are your easy victims. Those people become prey really, really easy. But remember, let's be clear. We are now in the time where somebody's telling you their story, and we get a lot of pushback from a lot of people. Not everybody, but we get a lot of pushback from a lot of people. And then when later on comes down and we realize that the person wasn't lying, then we're just like, oh my God, I feel bad. But by that time, it's too late. If your daughter or your son ever come to you, or a young person ever come to you and tell you they've been abused by an adult, just do me a favor. Before we just jump to say, I don't believe them, stop right then and there. Go look in that mirror and ask yourself, what is wrong with me to where I would just automatically assume that the child is lying? Even if the child says, yes, I participated, a child cannot consent. The sick person is the doggone, the adult. The sick person will always be the adult as it pertains to a child and an adult. I'm just trying to help y'all out because our hearts have been hardened so much so, man, it's scary to see. It's really scary to see. I honestly, let me tell y'all something from my perspective. Having thousands of people on my lives at a time or interacting with a whole bunch of people, it's a wonderful thing because I love interacting with people. I think that people are amazing and I love my people, but it's scary at the same time because you start seeing a real dark side of people and you kind of ask yourself, like, do you really want to be exposed to that? Like, you really want to, like, life was easier in the bubble. Does that make sense? But I mean, that don't mean I'm going nowhere. And I'm just saying, like, sometimes I be thinking like that, but y'all pay attention to what's going on. Just because it sounds unbelievable don't mean it is unbelievable. If it comes out and that lady was lying, then we'll have a whole nother conversation. But as of now, she naming names. She named Sizzle. She named Bill Cosby, Roger Bonds, and all these other people. She put the names out there. She didn't spare nobody. She didn't spare nobody. So that right there, another one tell me why she ain't lying. And she wasn't the first person to tell me that J-Lo put that champagne bottle between her legs. I heard that long before she said it on the interview last night. Oh, look, the Black Girl Experience. She corroborated a whole bunch of people. And you know what it made me think of? Because she said that some lady gave her snake venom. She said, and it didn't make her unnumb, but it did make her more conscious. And she kept trying to give it to the kids that was in the cages. But let me tell y'all something. Art imitates life, but sometimes life imitates art. It's the reason why that movie Blink Twice came out. And it's the reason why in that movie that was put in there. That was done by Zoe. What's her name? It's not Zoe Saldana. What's the girl name? But it was done by one of them celebrity girls. It was done by one of them celebrity girls, and it was very detailed in that manner. She had to know something about that to even put that in the movie. Dolls Hour, thank you for the super chat. Trafficking happened at the border. Tom Holman said that they let 4 to 5 girls go with the grown male sponsor. Now over 300,000 kids and sponsors are lost. Of course they are. But, you know, regular people going to act like that's a lie. Thank you, Dolls Hour. Bobby Rodriguez, thank you for the super chat. Showing love, Vu. Just got off work. It was a long morning. I will catch the playback. Hashtag chef life. Oh, thank you, girl. And oh, girl, can you come cook for me? Where you at, girl? Shout out to you, baby. Shout out to Bobby Rodriguez for being a chef. I loves to eat. Okay, thank you for the super chat. Pure Joy, thank you for the super chat. Boo, her original complaint stated that she was flown from Detroit to Teterboro in New Jersey. She ended up in NYC at Puff Studio and was essayed by both Puff and Harvey. Go back and look at the original complaint. Is it possible that both of those things could be true? Pure Joy? Like, is that a possibility? And you know, again, it could be that she had a different thing at the first time. But remind you, she said she was there. She went in when it was hot and came out when it was cold. It's just possible. I don't know. It's just possible that both of those things are true. That's just, you know, I don't know. Thank you, Pure Joy. Tina, thank you for the super chat. I believe it. I've seen so many stories on ID channel about the same thing. It happens in real life. And I think what happens too, and it's not our fault because we're not exposed to those type of things. A lot of us don't think that, you know, it's possible when we hear it. It sounds so far-fetched. So yeah, you're right. Crystal, thank you for the super chat, Crystal. Thank you, boo. Dolls Hour, thank you for the super chat. Diddy was using the same escort service as the police captain and other officers in Miami. They got caught using their work emails. Whole scandal. Look it up. I'm going to look that up. And it will make sense why she said, she told the man she can't tell the people in Miami, the police in Miami, because they were there. That makes sense. Thank you, Dolls Hour. Talise, thank you for the super chat. Boo, it's a girl from Detroit with a similar story, and maybe that's who Pure Joy is thinking of. Possibly. I don't know who the girl from Detroit is, but I got to figure that out too. Y'all putting more on out, girl. I ain't even know about all of this. That's crazy. Out of the Matrix, thank you for the super chat. I believe her, but I also wonder why she is still living. Why are we hearing this story? Who is protecting her and allowing this to get out? Now, you know, a lot of people have been able to come out since Diddy been in jail. I think the media and the powers that be are lifting that veil of protection off of Diddy so that he can be defamed in this way. This is what I believe. You know what I mean? I don't know this to be a fact, but I believe that the protection that was put onto Diddy by the powers that be, I believe that's now being lifted. And I believe that in that lift, they're starting to see they're letting everybody get their one off. You know what I mean? I think that they're letting everybody getting a one off, and I think that it's done by design. Does that make sense? Thank you, Exquisite Empress, for the super sticker. Thank y'all so much. Yeah, I heard her say that, Stephanie. She came out because her picture was leaked. Man, I don't know, but I don't put nothing past none of these celebrities. I believe her. Like I say, I just hope we don't take this into our personal lives with our family and our kids, because yeah, it will be horrible. Thank you, Talise, for the super chat. People think the Detroit girl is Tierra Marie. It probably is. It probably is. Who knows, child? And Voodoo, SZA, and Kalani are both in the same sex code. Wow. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. Y'all be cool, man. I'm about to get off of here. Y'all go look at that video. I pinned it to the top of the chat. The boy said he was striking anybody down who used the video, so I ain't used it. But I did talk about it. And y'all go check that out. It's a trigger warning. I'm telling you, the girl goes into vivid details about stuff. Y'all check out that video, and we'll come back tomorrow and discuss it, and we'll let me know. Well, yeah, I think I should be able to do a call in. I gotta get up in the morning and go to it might be an early Joce tomorrow, because I gotta fly to New Orleans tomorrow. It might be an early Joce tomorrow. Educational Friday is still on the we still trying to figure that out, okay? Because I gotta fly to New Orleans, and then Saturday morning I gotta go fly to Bahamas, okay? So y'all, I appreciate each and everybody for being here. Y'all like the video if you haven't already. Y'all know how we roll around here. I appreciate all of y'all coming in here. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. If you are a returning doll or Don, welcome back. I'm about to Joe show up out of here, and I will see y'all later on today. I will be going live today at the dollhouse. Meet me there. No, beat me there. Don't meet me there, okay? Peace.
Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go. It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat.
You know what I won't
blaze up.
Come on, blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wow, 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your lift it up.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.